All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for game number 3 here in the North American semifinals. We are looking, of course, at RESIN and NaCl of the Salt Fields. Let's have a quick look at team lineups as we spawn here into Shatter. Zath, you and I were talking about how RESIN might execute this. Would they go back to the same strategy we saw them play earlier on Shatter? I think the answer is a definitive no.
No.
We can just look at their battleships and know earlier that they had fielded 2 Kremlins and took a very aggressive eastern flank position on this map. Already we can tell we were making some changes. Wolfman's Ohio here. Go ahead.
Remember, NaCl banned Kremlin on this map.
That's true. That probably because they watched that other game.
Right.
All right, so Wolfman's Ohio here, leading towards survivability, double artillery plotting room. Not shocking here. We're looking at Peyton's Poison. We've seen teams play Poison on this map. I'll be very curious to see a battleship player of Peyton's quality, how he executes it there, running gun reload in slot 6 and some survivability skills along with vigilance.
Notice how he's got one of the special German commanders. I don't remember his name. But look, he's got special enhanced vigilance.
Yes, I see that. Yes, he does. In front of all of that, we have a triple destroyer lineup. That's Frice's Gearing with a very similar build. Same build he was running last game. Mad Dog's Daring, again, headed towards mid with gun reload, RPF, and, of course, concealment. And then all the way over here on the western flank, this is Eagle Lance's Gearing, running a similar build to Frice, but not quite the same. Backed up on this flank by Elgar's Des Moines, legendary mod top grade gunner. And Big Boy's Awushta, again with the range and top grade gunner. Other cruisers headed to the other flank. That's $1.99's Petropavlovsk, running range and top grade gunner. And then Triarch's also running a Des Moines, very similar build, same module lineup there with top grade gunner and unique upgrade. What is NaCl deploying on the bottom end of the map, Zath?
On the bottom end of the map in red is NaCl bringing a radar Yu Yang with torpedo spec towards the Alpha Cap, followed by Seal 9's Napoli, and the same build we've seen so far. Oh my, reprising his role in the Montana. And we've got Yugumo Kaini in the Stalingrad. Interesting that he's committing. I expected him to stop and wait a little bit first to have the option of going towards the A side. He's heading towards the B, though. Darth Vader Pugs is sitting inside the B cap now. Hydro going away. And look, we got the Venn diagram.
Indeed.
There's the Hydro Venn diagram.
Hydro v. Hydro.
Vader Pugs, though, not so... He might be able to get out. He's got that island that's going to block his movement a little bit. Speed Ray is now in a Des Moines this time. Unique upgrade. Awesome, once again, in the St. Vincent. In front of him is Raindrop in the Hargumo in the 410 Blaze Mostly build. No, actually, yeah. And then he doesn't.
That is not a Blaze It build. Yeah.
No,
he did indeed.
This is what we saw him do last weekend.
Yes,
he had the concealment. Yeah,
the range and the reload.
Yep. And then we've got Russian Balance for Life in the Salem. This is a radar Salem with reload. I think I got everyone. Yes.
Now we've seen Raindrop play this build before. Did you miss somebody?
Nope.
Okay. We've seen Raindrop play this build before, and he spent a tremendous amount of time as an open water Harugumo just melting things from range. I'll be curious to see if he tries the same shenanigans again. Vader's Daring already backing off a B.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving, and Mad Dog grabs the B cap. I'm loving this like quadruple Venn diagram we've got going on here at B and C. Look at all this hydro, all these circles, and there's more that can be drawn. If I hold the Alt key, you can see all of them.
Both teams parking a radar cruiser here along the western edge of the C cap as Mighty Mo converts A. What do you got?
CO might be in trouble. He's going to take a torp on the bow. Almost took 2. South of the A cap there. They do get the A cap. Now, Seal in the Napoli, that's typically a kiting ship, so that should signal that NaCl is planning on kiting this side. So it's very crucial they get the A cap so they can try to hold that cap.
Big Ohio salvo coming in on Seal as he makes this turn. Could be bad. Napoli's armor laughs and says no.
Right? I mean, they know they got the torpedo hit. They know they baited out the DCP. You can see Big Boy 69 trying to get a fire. He can't even get a hit on Seal. Seal is just that slippery.
Did you see how many shells of that salvo bounced off his deck armor? That was crazy. Eagle Lance's Gearing now aggressively pushing into A, ready to try and flip that cap back. I'm curious to note, Zath, right? NaCl deployed a whole bunch of ships to the right-hand flank, the eastern flank. Wow, Awesome's already very low over here.
St. Vincent smacked Peyton a minute ago, and yes, he is quite low. Both are quite low.
But they have not yet converted a cap over here.
No.
Stepping onto sea would 100% draw out the Petro radar.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily that they want that just yet. Pug's just smoked up. He's going to have to run back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at this trying to figure out how NaCl is going to break into a cap and start getting some positive points, Sath. But right now, they are definitely on the back foot, pushed off of everything, trying to find a way to break in somewhere.
I think at A, it's going to depend. It's going to be based off RESIN making a mistake. Probably not going to happen, but that's what they have to hope for.
Well, they've deployed lightly to the A flank, light enough that I think maybe they're not necessarily expecting to get much out of that flank. So I'm really looking at the eastern flank of the map going, geez, fellas, like, you know, you've sent all these ships here. You got to make something happen. Oh, no. Poison salvo coming in on the St. Vincent broadside. Whoo. Snuck away.
Yep. Poison gets hit again. The Stalingrad, notice Yugumo Kaini has been changed. And remember, I talked about having that option before. I almost wonder if there are some lost opportunities by having him on the other side of that island for so long. Either way, more Venn diagrams drawn on the water. It's both teams radar up.
It's Speed Race Des Moines, Zath, that is actually doing the lifting here and capping C right from under the nose of basically everybody. That's points. They're going to reset him here. Yeah. I mean, NaCl desperately needs these points. They ticked up a few points off the A cap, but have not done anything since. Mighty Mo now stepping onto A to contest that.
Yeah, they've pushed Peyton back quite a bit. Ooh, Triarch gets hit. In his Des Moines.
Yes, he does.
They're trying so hard, so desperately to get that reset on the C cap.
Well, Speed Ray's got it back down to 7 seconds again, and I don't see shells in the air. I think he's going to bag it this time.
Nope, I think he's good.
Yep. So of all the things, it's the radar cruiser that bags the C-cap for NaCl. That's, for the moment, that stops the bleeding. 200-point gap, 200-point lead for RESIN here. 8 minutes into the game.
Eagle Lance is being radared by Mighty Mo.
Yeah, but they're not getting anything out of this.
No.
Yeah, he's got great cover behind that island tucked in. No reason he should risk his ship. So he just decides, nah, I'm good. I'm going to sit right here. Now the counter radar coming up from Elgar, and Mighty Mo is caught well within its range. Eagle's going to smoke out from behind this island and start punishing Mo for his board position, basically.
Well, the bigger issue is he's caught bow in. He's got very little maneuverability here. And Elgar's got, like, all the radar for days.
Yeah, that radar has plenty of time to run. Mighty Mo's...
Here comes Big Boy 69 shells from the side in the Worcester.
Yep, this is definitely going to cost Mo a whole lot of health, if not his whole ship.
Yeah.
As he turns broadside out in front of the Des Moines, the radar expires, but he's on 2 fires back there.
Fire.
Yeah, he's going to go out.
CP is out.
Yeah, they're going to get him.
At first, I thought he might be trying to go for a torpedo strike, but his launchers must have been off because
his launchers, I think, were reloading, and then early in that engagement, they took a disable from some of the first HE shells that fell on top of him.
Right. So he wasn't able to get those fish in the water. He desperately needed that to happen.
Well, that allows RESIN to start ticking the A cap back up again. So now it's a 300 and change point lead and growing. 4 minutes on the timer. NaCl's got to make something happen.
Right. Not quite sure how they're going to make it work.
It's not going to come with the A cap in my mind.
No.
You don't have the board, you don't have the pieces over there. You're going to have to try something crazy and bold, and I think Zath, maybe you think Vader's Yep. Vader looking like he was pushing through for a torpedo strike on the Petro. Now he's on the north side of the island chain, getting into a gunfight with the Poison.
Yeah, no problem. He's got this.
Well, he is radared, so it's not like they knew he was there. It's not a shock. $1.99 now trying to get some cover. Ends up beaching himself.
That's huge.
Doesn't get very far with it. Vader should be able to convert this kill, I think.
Vader needs to stop shooting his guns and focus on his torpedoes.
Well, he is now, finally, at long last.
Yeah.
Sort of. They're trying to knock out the launchers. There he
There
goes.
they go.
Finally getting them into the
Come
water
on.
here. So they're going
Good
to trade.
kill.
They're going to trade the daring for the Petro. They knocked the Petro out, but now what?
Right.
You haven't gained any points by doing that. You've removed a piece off the board. Now what?
Right.
Looks like maybe
Now-
the play is the St. Vincent.
The enemy is about to win.
Moving that piece off the board, though, does allow for advancement. And you can see
Yes.
Awesome now starting to move that way. But I do like, and I think we saw this before with Resin, kiting away along that 10 line. Anytime you're in a competitive, even a random battle, you want to kite towards the edges of the map. It's going to force, you can see it already, the Des Moines, Speed Ray, and Awesome. If they want to advance towards the middle, they have to show side to that Des Moines.
Looks like maybe they're trying to make a play for B, Zath. They're wrapping the Stalingrad, the St. Vincent, and the Des Moines in there, but Peyton has moved up to where he's got good cover from the ships on his flank.
Yep.
And he's going to be in a secondary duel with the Stalingrad, which if you're the Stalingrad, you don't want no part of this. You're going to have fires for days, plus that high caliber stuff punching you in the bow. Yikes.
I think what they're trying to do is they're probably going to put Awesome behind Peyton, and they're going to throw Speed Ray in front. And they're going to try to get the Preußen to come out in front of Speed Ray. That's how I would set this up, right?
Well,
You've
they're
got
definitely
3 ships taking 1 down.
They're
hopefully.
definitely going to pinch Peyton here, and I have to believe they've got time to convert this kill. We're down to 90 seconds basically for a Resin win. And Resin, to their credit, they're busy trying to focus Oh My out and cut that timer even shorter. I think they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, Omai has 45 seconds till both DCP and heal comes up.
Yep.
I just don't see that coming up.
I don't think
soon
Oh My is
enough.
going to live 45 seconds between the
No.
Des Moines, the Gearing, the Wushta. I just don't see it happening. And so now
Nope.
Peyton moves out in front of Speed Ray now. He's willing to take this engagement. Montana gets
Last
one
Defiant
salvo. There it was.
Yep.
Okay, so they do trade battleships, but again, that just opens up the board a little bit. We're still at 90 seconds from a Resin win. That allows them to get the B cap, but they got a long way to go to make up this deficit.
And at this point, they need to get into the B cap. Now they're circling around it.
They're working on it.
They yeah, exactly. But every second is going to count here.
The nice thing about one of the other things that we don't maybe talk about, but Peyton moving out directly in front of the Des Moines like that forced him forced him to spend more time than he otherwise would have to get onto the B cap. So they're finally there. That pushes back the timer a little bit, but we're still looking at about the same 90-ish seconds they've had for a while.
Right. All right. There's the radar from Yugumo.
Seal is dark back here along the edge of the map for the moment, but when Eagle Lance rounds the island, presuming that he does, they'll have him lit on the surface. Nope. Eagle's turning back behind the island now. Interesting.
I almost feel like this is a really good opportunity for Seal just to charge the island. I mean, you might as well. You
got nothing to lose.
Done in a minute anyway.
So now Speed Ray and Awesome are going to exit the B cap to the northwest. They're going to try and chase Big Boy down. Yugumo is going to have to try and step onto the A cap. They cannot slow him down. He has to step onto this cap to keep NaCl in this game. Resin knows it. Big Ohio salvo coming in as Yugumo has forced to turn into the torpedoes, and these daring torpedoes are led perfectly, Zath.
Well, 2 of them are going to hit, yeah.
He's going to take 2 on the port side as the HE will start to fall in.
30 seconds.
When Yugumo dies, the game will be over, and that death should be coming well before that 30-second timer arrives, and there it is.
I mean, if you're falling off a cliff, you might as well flap your arms.
Might as well flap your arms and try to fly. Resin making a locking up the western half of the map, taking advantage of perhaps a misplay there from the daring. I'm sorry, from the Yu Yang. Mighty Mo
Mm-hmm.
and converting that into a win.
Yeah, getting caught bow in like that hurt. And that was pretty much the decisive thing over on that side. Once that happened, there's no easy way to hold back the A push. So fantastic job by both teams. Resin comes out on top. Let's send it back to the studio and get ready for game 4.